Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Shooting Show. We've got a jam-packed episode for you this week with some airgun in action and some foxing. But first we join Jonathan McGee as he looks back at a last of the season shoot at Rievaulx.
You're sorry? Always been watched over by Mr. Grouse. Brilliant, aren't they?
I think you'll do, I think there's a lot of scope for, for improving the pheasant part of your plan.
Should do.
There's very few places that do it as well as this place. Considering it's so accessible as well, given the fact it's Helmsley.
Yeah.
What, we're 10 minutes away from Helmsley. It feels a bit like you're in a different country. Moving up 419. Yeah. Quite nice, isn't it? Because you go from
one end right to the other.
It's off most of the time they fly down the woods really super fast.
But when one or two good.
Yeah, they're too good. Yeah. Go on, you boys. We're here today at Rievaulx, and Rievaulx was one of the first places I came, even to take photos, which must have been about 10 or 11 years ago. We're already lined out on the first drive. The weather's pretty much perfect for it. There's a really strong wind coming over this way, but one of the last days of the season. And I'm sure you'll see just from today how good this place actually is. Just to be expected. They're flying into the wind as well. 3 metres in front, 2 metres underneath. Average partridge. Way on top.
So this is sort of a bit of a beat that's a bit separate to the main shoot. And when we head back into the middle, head to the lodge for probably 11s, as I said.
Oh, nice.
But they do some really good stuff with game.
I know it's like pheasant. Game, pheasant pizzas and stuff. And bloody amazing. Top, I think. So I grew up, Tim, our neighbour in Gun, I grew up about a mile away from him.
Oh, right.
Yeah. half of the little shoots that I go on wouldn't be able to survive without putting on a couple of dozen days like this a year.
A couple of dozen bigger days to pay for it, yeah.
Because there'll be, what, 40 odd staff today? There's definitely a couple of people. 30 beaters, a couple of people catering. It's the pellet size, isn't it? It's better. That was a good shot. Well, that was a hell of a drive. Thanks, mate.
Thank you very much.
There they go. Some for beaters day.
Yes.
Bit warm.
Just glad you're not on side by side.
Sorry?
Just glad you're not on a side
You
by
couldn't,
side.
could you? I physically don't think there'd be a side-by-side out there that could take that sort of punishment.
Well, no.
Not with a cartridge of that size to... Because there's... Interested to see how many we shot though. These are Ely Maximum High Bird fiberboard cartridge 38 gram 3s. What I've been trialling all this season. And as you can see, they certainly work. Right, let's go inside before it starts raining. That's it, done for the day. That's more shooting than I've had all season. Those partridge there were coming out at the top there, and they were peeling over sort of us four-end guns here. And it was like, well, there's 40 come over. Someone's got to shoot one, haven't they? I mean, it's more luck than judgment because you're 4 or 5 metres in front, and when you do hit them, they're folding. But like, trying to find them. Well done, mate.
And the pheasants at the end came well.
Really well.
He come third, didn't he, the other day? Walk back out again. Yeah, Roger.
Well, you did, mate. So the team is stronger.
Or a pheasant or two. Partridge.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all. I was thinking, why not? I just kept 5 or 6 of the head dogs. I'm way.
Thank you. Cheers.
But it was definitely something.
Is it pate now? That was Friday.
What was the cricket after the law?
Yeah.
Keep it around going.
Oh. Nice.
Got that one, don't film any more.
You got that one and all. Might have been 8. I think you might have been playing 8 on that one. Yeah, that's a lot. Like 1 in 10 at one point.
I shot 2 or 3 and then I come back for a shot with 10.
Yes, come on, go over it.
Is that it?
She said, I said, no. I said, why? She said, I didn't think for a minute you. No.
Yeah. It's carrying its neck or something.
So I think there's going to be some birds a long way in there.
Yeah, we're not far.
I bet that's really nice actually, yeah.
Ah, sure about that. It sounds like.
I actually bought it.
Tenner and duck.
That's quite cheap, isn't it?
That was it.
Some fine shooting there from Jonathan and the team, and we'll have more of that driven game shooting for you later on in the year. But now, with a fox causing some significant problems, it's up to Stuart Eboroll and his mate to hopefully try and catch the culprit. Let's see how they get on.
Hi, I'm Stuart from Warwickshire Wild Game. I'm out with my friend Jono this evening after a few troublesome foxes. Really good mate of mine, sheep farmer, is just starting to lamb this bunch outside now. And he's had a couple of lambs taken the past sort of 48 hours. So we're going to have a go tonight and see if we can get them dealt with for him. What we're going to do is we're going to get up on top of the truck. We've got a bit of a tricky one just behind us, about 150 yards behind us. There's a dual carriageway, so that's going to hide our noise quite well. And we've got sort of 70-80 acres in front of us. So hopefully we'll be able to catch them out, go through the lambs, or if not, we'll try with a cooler and see if we can bring them in. Right, should we get set up?
Yeah, let's do it.
Go? So we've been here now for about 25 minutes, half an hour. Haven't seen much sign of anything other than sheep and rabbit. So we're going to stick the cooler on for a bit and see if we can bring anything in. What are you going to put on, Jono?
I think I'm going to put baby fox in distress on.
Okay. See how it goes. So for anyone that's wondering why we're smoking cigars while we're foxing, a few years ago Jono kindly brought some cigars along on a foxing trip, and we had a record outing, so now it's tradition that every time we go foxing we have to smoke a cigar. It does get a little bit costly after harvest, but yeah, got to be done.
Tradition is tradition.
It is, yeah. It works every time. 20, mate. Nice, good shot, mate. Good shot. Good shot. Well done, mate. So what we had there is we tried a few different calls. We had juvenile fox, red fox in distress. We tried. We'd been having success with rat in distress.
Yeah.
But our sort of favourite and our go-to call is vixen in heat.
Correct. Yeah. It's done the job.
And yeah, so he's come in, coming from the sort of far right of the block, heading straight down to the sheep on our left here. He's heading sort of straight down on that line, but obviously heard the caller, turned into it, and sort of sat on perfect spot. I think it's about 120, 130 there. So yeah, good job. We'll have a look, see what it is, and then probably call it a night. It's quite late now.
Yeah.
I'm a bit cold, and the farm will be chuffed. That's a good sized fox, isn't it? That is a big fox. What is it? Dog.
Good.
Look at him.
No thing.
He's a real warrior, isn't he? Real old. Great condition. Until he's been eating well. And
It's a good one to take, isn't it?
great one to shoot. Old 243.
The VMAX.
Yeah, Hornady. What are they? 50?
75 grain.
75 grain. Hornady VMAXs.
They really do make a mess, don't they?
Square in his chest, straight through. Bit graphic, but good dead fox. Good work.
Great. Well spotted.
Let's get him back to the truck and let's get on our way. Enduring the cold paid off tonight. We managed to catch hopefully the culprit out that's been snatching at the lambs. It was a bit of a wait. It took longer than we thought. The way the farmer had been talking that he was here all the time, but it take about an hour.
Yeah, it has to be an hour.
Yeah. Tried a couple of different calls. Finally came to vixen in heat. Stopped a little bit further back than I thought. I thought it was about 130, but it was actually 190. But Jono made a good shot. He was feeling the pressure a little bit and forgot to press record, and somehow managed to take a picture instead of pressing record. But I managed to keep my calm and film it on the thermal, on the handheld. So make sure Ollie's got his footage. So yeah, no, good job. Everything performed well again. The 243. 75 grain Hornady VMAXs.
Correct.
Dropped it on the spot. So yeah, really productive evening. Keep my mate happy, and hopefully no more lambs will be taken off this block. So I think a cup of coffee then home, eh?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Right.
Those lucky cigars obviously doing the trick for Scott and Jono there. Now we've got some air gun in action with Mark Ripley. He's armed with his Brocock Ranger and he's got his sights set on some feral pigeons and some rabbits. Let's see how he gets on.
If there's one bad thing about doing this job, it's that you get to play around with the latest rifles and kit, and I have to say the latest thing that I've had to have a little play around with I've been really impressed with, so much so I think I'm going to have one. Let me show you what it is. So this is the Brocock Ranger. This is a lovely full power compact air rifle. Now it's got an 11-shot magazine. It's also got 3 variable power settings on here. I've got it kitted out with a Helix, an Element Helix scope on here with a Sports Match single piece quick release mount, which keeps it even more compact because it means I can take the scope off, put it back on without losing zero. I've also got an Atlas bipod on there, and it comes supplied with a nice little compact moderator. Now another nice thing about this, as you can see, I've got an adapter on the back there. This is for a PARD 007 night vision unit, which I'm going to be using to record a bit of day footage, because it also records a very good colour day image. So the only downside to the PARDs, you do lose a bit of eye relief, but that's not such a problem with a stock like this because it's adjustable, so you can extend that right back, and that then increases your eye relief, so that kind of compensates for the PARD being on there. Anyway, let's go and see what it shoots. So I've made a little makeshift target here. It's about 1 inch square, bit of white paper. I'm just going to put that in the crack in the wall there. That'll give me something to aim at. So as you can see, nice little 3-shot group there. So that's about the size of my fingernail, not even that. Pretty much pellet on pellet, so you can't grumble with that. Right, so we've got a couple of shotgun cartridges there. Let's go back 30 yards and see how we get on. Well, as you can see from that, there's certainly not much wrong with this thing. This is the 2.2 version in 12 foot-pound or sub 12 foot-pound, but they also do a FAC version which does around about 18 to 20 foot-pound. Now, the only downside about these small compact rifles like this is they've also got a very small and compact air cylinder, which means your shot count isn't as high as what it would be with a standard larger size rifle. Now, this thing will probably give you 20 to 30 full power shots, so that's around about 3 magazines worth, 2 to 3 magazines worth of full power accurate shots. Now if you need any more than that, you can always carry a little buddy bottle or something and just top it up from that, which wouldn't be too much of a hardship. But to be quite honest, 20 or 30 shots as a hunting rifle, that's more than enough. So I think before I do anything too much, I'm going to have a quick walk around the barns here, because there's a few ferals still floating about, so I might get a shot at 1 or 2 of them. Well, that feral was about 35 yards, just sat up in the roof there, and I just dropped that with a neck shot. So they're a bit of a pain, these birds, though, because they just crap over everything in the barns. But that's one less to upset the farmer. All right, let's have a look, see what else we can find. Well, there we go, one rabbit. And he was just tucked up in the cover there. I actually came into this little bit of wood just because I saw a squirrel in one of the trees there, but that disappeared off down the hedgerow. But yeah, I just looked around with the thermal imager, and sure enough, there was a rabbit there. Now here's something interesting. You can see here that deer have come through here. There's a tuft of fur on both strands of the barbed wire there, and we've got deer tracks here as well. These are roe deer that have gone through here. So coming in and out of the wood here. It's nice to see. Right, well, I think I'll head down to the corner and hop over into the wood, see if there's any squirrels running around in there. You can see again where the deer have been through here as well. There's all deer slots down here, and there's fur on here, both strands again, so they've obviously gone through here, and you can see where they've then gone through the woods. So I think we'll follow their route. So it's really important to watch where you put your feet when you're walking through woodland, because if you step on any twigs or dry leaves and that, it's going to make so much noise and it will spook anything in this wood. So by carefully putting your heel down and then rolling forward onto the front of your foot, then you move through the wood a lot quieter. So sneaking through that woods really paid off. Just up in front of me, about probably 30 yards, there's 2 roe deer just hunkered down on the edge of the field. Thermal binoculars are brilliant for this. When you're out in woodland, anything just stands out, anything living stands out so well in a thermal binocular. Yeah, it just pops out at you. I mean, there's no way, with a naked eye, there's no way I could see those deer there. And they're just moving off, as I thought it's the doe and the buck. So it's good to see them around. Right. Now they've moved off, I'll move on. Well, I'm surprised I've not seen any squirrels or pigeons, at least, in this wood. There's usually a few around. It seems to be really quiet, but at least we've seen a couple of roe deer, so that's kind of made it worth a little hike. But I've got to say, this little Brocock Ranger, though, what a lovely little rifle it is to carry around. You already know you've got it. It's such a lightweight, compact little gun. Yeah, I love it. I can see it's going to become part of my armoury. Well, how about this? Look, Mother Nature has set up a little shooting range for me. How could I resist that? Right, so field target conditions. Oh, that's the first one down. We've got a hostage situation now. Last one, This is 30 metres, by the way. Perfect. Happy with that. Right. Well, I've got to say, if there's nothing around to hunt, then a little bit of opportune plinking like that, it's just so much fun. Right. It's time to head back to the truck, have a look around the farmyard. There's not much here. Well, it's starting to get dark, so I think I'm going to call it a day for today, but I hope you enjoyed the little look at the Brocock Ranger, and certainly if you're in the market for a little compact gun to carry around, or perhaps if you're a gamekeeper or something similar and you're looking for a nice little accurate compact air rifle to just chuck behind the seat in the Land Rover for a bit of opportune pest control, then I'm sure the Brocock Ranger will tick all the boxes. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.
If you aren't a member of Basque, it's time to join now. Basque, looking after your sport, looking after you.